Hi everyone, we are just a couple minutes away from starting. This is a sound check. If you could please let me know if you can hear me, that would be really great. Thank you.
Hi everyone, it's Halloween. Glad you wanna color with me. And of course, with Lady Heather. Go ahead, take a seat. Get some popcorn. Pop, pop, pop. And let's start coloring.
Happy Halloween, everyone. Welcome to my haunted art studio. Thank you for joining me on Halloween and, of course, my birthday. Let's turn on a little bit of light here. First of all, I thank you all for being here today. You may notice that my voice is a little dark or deeper, I should say. I had bronchitis that's thought was getting better, and it literally went crazy. So here I am. I'm the deep version of Lady Heather today. So, oh look what I have on my desk. It's the SS Lady Heather. I guess Pennywise left it for me. Woohoo! Just what I needed, huh? So, let me get off my witch's cape here. Since we have the pumpkin already lit, we're all set to go. Let's see. First of all, let's go down the list. I do have Tom as the moderator in another room, and I'm going to be running pretty much all of this by myself here. So if you come into my chat, or if I don't say anything to you right away, don't think I'm not forgetting or not seeing you or not acknowledging you. It's just I'm doing this and doing this, and it's kind of hard to keep track of all the chat, but I'll do as best as I possibly can. So let's go ahead and go down the list here and give a big shout out. Hi, Stacy. Hi, Davissa. Happy Halloween. Hi, Laura. Thank you very much. Same to you. Happy Halloween. Ambient Landscapes. Hi, how are you? Terry Lynn. Welcome. Hi. Let's see. I don't know if that's everyone here so far. I'm really happy you're here. As most of you know, if you've been following along with me in my Facebook, hang on a second. Got a stray hair there. Following me there along in my Facebook group or on Patreon, you have seen, or if you subscribe to my YouTube channel, which I hope you do, you have seen the trailer leading up to this day, which the theme is, from one of my favorite authors, Stephen King himself, the master of horror. The theme is Pennywise from that movie. To go into a little bit of detail about the movie, and let me get my dates and stuff correct here, and I should know this off the top of my head, but I have my little cheat sheet cards. The book was published in 1986. It was his 17th novel published underneath his name, his 22nd novel published overall. How many of you know his original, one of his pen names before, not just Stephen King, but his other pen name? I'm just curious to see how many of you are Stephen King fans out there. Hope a lot of you. Hi, Dustin and Heather. Welcome. Happy Halloween. Thank you for joining me. Does anyone know that answer? Oh, and there's going to be little gifts given away throughout the contest. So if I ask, or throughout the live show, so if I ask some questions, I encourage you to participate, because, Lady Heather-o-ween, that's good. Lady Heather, likes to give out no tricks, just some treats to some lucky people. Can't think of it. Shame on you, Davissa. Nobody else knows? What was Stephen King's, one of his other pen names that he wrote with? That's it. Thank you, Ambient Landscape. Excellent. Richard Bachman is the answer. The movie It came out in a miniseries starring the one and only, one of my favorite actors, Tim Curry. And that was in 1990. Then in 2017, it was remade with Bill Skarsgård playing the one and only Pennywise in 2017. And then there was the part 2. How many of you have actually seen the movie It? Yes, you did. You said Richard Bachman. Yes. How many of you have actually seen one of the 2 versions of Pennywise? I'm waiting. It kind of has a time delay, so you have to forgive that. Anyway, as you see on my desk while you answer. And let's see, since you got it right, I'm going to go ahead. Hold on a minute. Let me get my tech support, Tom.
Yes.
You do have a piece of paper and pen handy so we can get our winners?
Sure.
That was one minor detail we forgot. I'm going to give Ambient Landscape a $8 gift certificate to my Color of Love online shop. So the best thing I can go ahead and do for you is, I'm not really sure who you are or your real name, but if you can go ahead and email me at color, COLOUR, love 2, the number 2, at outlook.com. Tell me that you won an $8 gift certificate to my shop, and we'll get that set up for you within the next 24 to 48 hours. Let's see. And you have that written down too, correct? Tech support? Yep. He's got it written down. Anyway, okay. So, what is Pennywise? Most of the time he shows up as a clown, and he shows up every 27 years. He's a shapeshifter. I mean, we've seen him. I mean, he lives in the sewers most of the time. And this is the actual sketch that I have. And this will be, he is going to be in the sewer where it's raining, where we first see him in the movie and so forth. Very terrifying. I don't know. I wanted to do the Pennywise voice for you today because that was obviously me. I mean, Pennywise in the trailer. But my voice, it's best not to before I start a coughing jag. So, let's see. I think we named all that. But anyway, yeah. Let's see. Hi, Renee. Oh, hi, Atlanta. That's you. Oh, you can message me on Facebook, too, and I'll get your gift certificate set up. All right. And don't forget, while I get this going ahead and set up, let me tell you, first of all, I'm going to be working on my Apple iPad Air. We'll be using the app today of Procreate. And let's see, I'm going to go ahead and get a drink. Of course, I have to have my Pennywise, my It mug. All right. So as you can see, I've done kind of a rough inking in, and this is going to change quite a bit. Let's see. Awesome. Thank you. And thank you, who was it? Davissa that said Atlanta? Thank you. I know who you are now. See? Okay. So let's see. We have a costume contest going on. And I don't... did I miss anyone else here? Huh. Okay. Hey, Carl and Judith. Welcome. All right. So, costumes. For those of you who watched my show last week and last year, we have a virtual Halloween contest, okay? And up for grabs is a $20 gift certificate to my store, okay? I need you to go ahead and start telling me, you don't have to be in costume, okay? But you're in your imaginary costume, okay? Go ahead and start listing your costumes for me. And we'll check it out. And whichever one I think is the most creative in my spooky, twisted Lady Heather brain, I will go ahead and select one of the winners. And thank you, Heather. I saw that. Thank you so very much. Very kind of you. Thank you. I will choose one of the winners. So, that was very sweet of you. You really didn't have to do that too, by the way. Anyway, okay. So, the whole thing about Pennywise is he's in the sewer. He's dark. He's creepy. He's like Bozo the Clown. Well, he was in the miniseries. And then in the original movie, he was more of just or in the second movie, the remake, he was just more of a terrifying evil clown in the beginning. Then he turns really negatively, really, really bad. But anyway, so what I want to do is I want to go ahead and drop the opacity of my sketch. And I may want to go ahead and re-ink that in. Now on Procreate, this is something that this app that works only on Apple products, okay? So Apple, the iPad, Pro, anything like that, the Air, it'll work. There are other apps out there that you could use if you have a tablet, like Photoshop. It's going to work a little bit differently, but it'll still get you the same effect, and you still, it's kind of, it's kind of the same, I guess you can say, in a lot of similarities. Okay, so when you work in Procreate, and for those of you who are on my Patreon, even in the one of the live streams here I did with the Hocus Pocus a couple weeks ago, you got to see how, well, one of the ways that I drew and created on the Procreate. There are thousands of ways. You just kind of learn techniques and stumble upon the stuff as you go. I know about this much on Procreate and Photoshop, and you're learning constantly every day. The main thing I can tell you when you work in your digital stuff, and I go into a lot more of this in my Patreon tutorials, when I talk about the digital stuff, you can learn techniques. I can show you where some of the tips and tricks are, but this is something that you kind of learn more, that you more and more use it and practice with it. So, do we have any costumes coming on in? Ah! Let's see. Hi, Marvin. Let's see. Dustin and Heather are Jack and Sally Skellington. Okay. You're a Pet Cemetery pet, Renee. Okay. I could tell you about that movie. I just, no. And if anyone mentions that name, that movie does creep me out. I will tell you that without saying his name. But I think it's like on page 53 of the book. We're not going to say his name. I'll just give his initials, VP, in regards to Pet Cemetery. When he gets killed and he keeps reappearing, going, oh, don't cross over there and all this kind of stuff. Creep me out. I mean, I literally threw the book across the room when I got to that. So that is one of my fears. But anyway, thanks for sharing that with me and selecting a pet from there. You're Mary from Hocus Pocus, Laura. Okay. Let's see. DJ, you're Sally and is Shock. I can't wait to see. Thanks to Vissa, Carl and Judith. It's Elvira, the Mistress of the Dark. Robe was created by a Black Widow spider. Okay. And Carl is a lighted matchstick. Okay. All right. Those are some very clever ideas. Keep them coming. And I love it. I love it, love it, love it. For those of you who are just joining, welcome. Happy Halloween. Marvin is Jason. Okay. I like that. Except I have to say, I'm a Freddy Krueger person. So, yeah, we already know Freddy still lives. You know, Freddy versus Jason. Anyway, so let's get going ahead and get started on this. I'm going to go ahead and refine the inking and kind of get this a little more perfect here. And I'm going to get my outline brush, which I think I already have that. Yeah. And some of you seem to think, let's see, so I can get this shifted. Oh, he's not going to shift for me. Okay, well. There's always one way to make it shift, so you can kind of see more of the drawing instead of the bar here. And I am looking at a reference. Let me go ahead and say, just like when I did Hocus Pocus and Beetlejuice and that, this is a tribute to the one and only master of horror, Stephen King, who's written some amazing stories and brought to life some amazing characters over the decades of his writing. This is fan art. And this is going to be my take on Pennywise. Although it's kind of be a little more realistic because I just love Pennywise that much. Is he better than Freddy Krueger? Close. Okay, and we'll leave it at that. So I want to go ahead. And all I'm basically doing is just fine-tuning. and making sure that his eyes are like so. Let me go ahead and erase this one a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and raise this one eyeball up just a tad. And it wouldn't be a live stream without the one and only ballerina. And for those of you in the beginning who are watching the intro, I have to say right now, the brown and white dog is Leopold, aka Leo, my apprentice. He, as of October 29th, he is 20 years old and 6 months. So this is his 20th Halloween. So way to go, Leo. My little boy there. I'm just getting in his lines here. My hands seem to be having a little kind of wobbly day. That's kind of what happens with the MS once you're sick, and it kind of picks up like crazy things and sets off everything else. So it's been kind of fun. Not. Just gonna lightly draw that in. And you're probably wondering why I'm redoing it, because there were certain things that I really wanted the darker lines. And it's easier just to start a new layer, then go ahead and ink in over the top of it. Forgive me if I get quiet here. I'm trying to... All right. Okay. Something neat about this is you have two things that you can do when you draw a line. And I think I'm off the camera, so I'm going to How many of you can see that now? There we go. I'm going to backtrack this. There's something on the Procreate, okay, that you can set up a drawing grid, and you have, all your lines and stuff. Or on something like this, you can take your pencil, and as long as you have a good starting point and an ending point, if you hold down your pencil like so, it automatically corrects your line and keeps it straight. So we know Pennywise has his collar, and I'm just going to go ahead and get this in. I'm going to shrink this down. And that looks pretty darn even. All right. I'm trying to debate if I want that higher or not. No, I think I like where that is. Okay, so the first thing out of the get-go, I'm going to go ahead and drop some color in here. And I'm looking at this. It's almost a kind of a weird brown-ish. Let's see, do we have any more costumes? Let's see. Oh, thank you. These are these gloves. Thanks, Carl. These gloves are designed for people who work on tablets. And because watch what happens. So if I don't have my glove and I'm sitting here drawing, okay, my nails can pick up anything like this when you're drawing. And then by the time when you're sitting there working and working and working, and it's like, oh, where'd that line come from? You can't hit the delete button, something like that. I mean, I could go in with my eraser here and go, okay, I can erase that, or I can just hit my delete button. Sometimes that works. But the glove goes ahead and it keeps that from happening. Hi, Francis. Welcome. I know, isn't that so cool, Leo? Yeah, he's just got to keep going. So his birthday is on April 29th, and he'll be 21. And even though he's had a couple little rough patches, overall he's doing really good. He doesn't look old on his face. And I'll be taking some Halloween pictures later on today with the pumpkins and stuff, and I'll post them online and on my Patreon and stuff tomorrow. But anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and get this. So he's in the sore. Yep, I got my eraser on. Yeah. Trying to match up the line again is like literally impossible, but there we go. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and drop and drag this color if it works today. And it's not going to. It never works. It does too sometimes. Oh, here we go. And now my iPad has been stuck in. There we go. Okay, here we go. Hold on. Back here. Okay, we're not going to do that again. Sometimes it does that. And it like takes you back a couple steps. That's why you always should duplicate your first layer, which I'm going to go ahead and do now, which I forgot to do, which is really, really important. So I'm going to go ahead and duplicate that. There. Okay, so this is my good ink. And you can title these anything you want, but I'm going to go ahead and hide one of those. So in case anything else happens like that, I have a backup plan. That's kind of the best way of putting it. Let me go ahead and get my medium hard airbrush here. Ooh, that's deep. Since my iPad is being persnickety here, it's just best to drop in some color. We definitely don't need it locking up again. You know what? And I did the no-no. I did the double no-no. I can't believe you didn't holler and tell me that, Tom. I can't believe you didn't say you're coloring on your inking layer. I am. And you really shouldn't do that. But I have a backup. So I'm going to go ahead and name that. I'm going to change that. I'm going to name that Ink and Soar. that's a good thing. So now, it's okay, that typed in something weird. Okay, so that way, it's not going to happen again, okay? I already know where that layer is. I'm going to come in here and go to one of my really cool brushes. And do we have any more other costumes? Hi, AMS. I know, doesn't she? Yes, she does. She makes a perfect snoring sound. It's really the undead talking to us. Yes, that's what it is. At least for today. Okay, and I'm going in and I'm looking. I think it's in my imported here. What's really cool about Procreate and Photoshop, though, is you can download a gazillion brushes. You can either buy some, make some, which I'm in the process of making my own, or download free ones off the internet, which come in handy. Let me tell you what, it is so addictive. It's like, you know how it is, you guys who are out there, colorists and artists, you got to go out and buy your art supplies and stuff. Well, the internet is filled with all this that you can buy, you can download for free. Let me tell you what, I downloaded 150 different sets of brushes. They're not all installed. And it's like, oh man, I want this one. Oh, look at this one. Gotta have this one. So it's really addictive. And those of you who have a tablet or anything like that, I'm sure you will know what I'm talking about here. And I'm looking for a certain brush, which you've seen me use before. Well, for those of you who watched me on the Hocus Pocus thing. Let's go ahead and try this. I'm going to pick kind of a slightly different color. And let's see how this comes out. I'm going to go up here. Matter of fact, well, I'm going to change here. Hold on a minute. I'm going to go back up to this. I'm going to hit multiply. I love the multiply button. Yes, I do. And I'm going to go with a blue. I want to see what this does. Yes, yes, yes. Matter of fact, I want that a little more opaque. And I'm just getting the effect of the Sorin. That metal grate. More darker here. A little darker yet. And I'm really not minding if it's going out over that right now. And I know that's very subtle. Trying to see if you can even see that. I believe you can. Let me try to zoom in on that for you. It's very... I'm going to trim a light here. See if that's a little better for you all to see. I don't know how good that is on my coloring or for you to see me, but let's see. Hopefully that gives you a better shot at what I'm doing here. And then I'm going to come in. I'm going to get a new layer. Yeah, I'm going to stay with that. No, I'm going to get a new layer. Yeah, very indecisive here. Highlight. Soar. Yeah, close enough. Alright. And I'm going to go with a little warm color here. And I'm going to do an overlay. Too dark. Lighten it up a little bit. And I'm just kind of smudging that out a little bit so it kind of looks a little more rusty here. Like so. So we have that in there. I can come back if I want and erase. Gotta go back to the layer and erase some of this just to show you that it can be done. Sorry about that. But it's really not going to be a necessity because it's going to be black there. Okay, what I want to do is I want to go ahead in and focus on his eyes. So let's go ahead and change gears. Let me make another layer here. I'm going to move this layer up. Pardon me. There we go. Now I have two of those. I'm going to delete one. I'm going to drop it and I'm going to move it underneath the inking. Now, why did I do that? Because I want the lines that I create on the inking to be there still, okay? And so that's really, really, really important, at least for right now. So at one point in the movie, his eyes are really, really glowing gold. And don't forget, it keeps telling me your imaginary costumes, please. And then I will be selecting one of those awesome costumes for a $20 gift certificate to my store. I want to go ahead and change the brush. I'm going to go with one of my airbrushing brushes, which I seem to favor that a lot. I like the and make sure I'm on the right layer, which I'm not. See? Rename this, and let's call this Eyes. Appropriately titled. Well, it says eyeshadow. Sure, well, I'll go with that. Excuse me. I'm going to go ahead and pause this for a minute. All right, sorry about that. You didn't need to hear all that. Anyway, and I don't like, let me go back to this layer here. Oh, mercy me. I'm going to be right back. Stay here. I'm not going to put the flip on the card or anything else like that. Just I'll be right back. I'm going to get some honey. See, the thing is, if I didn't do that right now, I'd be coughing for the whole rest of the time. Going back to this layer. Oh, and it's not doing it because I must be on a different layer. Here we go. going to grab that black. I'm going to go ahead and get that outliner brush. So how many of you are going to Halloween parties or trick-or-treating this year? Still not pleased with the size of that. Come on. So this is why you do layers, so you can go ahead and if something's not right, you can go ahead and adjust it. And it's still not right. At least not to where I want it to be. And it may take a couple times. Alright, I can live with that. Alright, and I'm going to go ahead and grab this yellow. I'm going to go back to the eyes. Go back to my other brush. Hi, Jill. Welcome. Happy Halloween. Oh, no. Come on. He's a shapeshifter. He's not a clown. You have to look at it that way. Although he does dress like a clown sometimes. But Jill, go ahead and give me for a $20 gift certificate we are having to my shop. We are having a contest. Give me your virtual Halloween costume. Yeah. And I'll select one by the end of the show. Let's see, I'm going back to my airbrushing. I know some of you, like Davissa, I know her son already went trick-or-treating or tricking, what is it, trunk and trick or whatever it is. Or at the school, I don't even know what they call it. Oh, that's cool. That's a good idea. I bet he's really excited, Davissa. Let me go ahead and darken this yellow up a little bit. Make sure I have my brush. Yeah, I'm on the right layer. Make sure all of you can see that. Oh yeah. Now not all the time is his eyes shocking yellow. Kind of when he's, I guess, gonna attack. I guess that's the best way of saying it, because he's just not, he's not normal. Well, who would be if you're a shapeshifter, right? Guess not normal at all. I don't know if I can even do my voice. Let's see, Pennywise. Is Pennywise around? Oh yeah, let me see. Hello, everybody. Aha! I did it! Okay, I still got it. And that's about all for that. Matter of fact, like I can't remember if I just told you this earlier today when I was literally doing the thing. I'm sitting here making the intro for that. I'm like, this is really creepy. I did Pennywise really, really well. It was awesome. Yeah. Okay. For some reason, my black is being real funny. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and change that. And I'm just getting in there's a lot of negative space in this, okay? Because I am using one of the scenes from the movie. And that's, get that out there. And I'm just adding layer by layer right now. Nothing fancy. Just real simple layers, no multiply, no nothing. Okay. And I'm going to blend that out just a whoop. Okay. I'm going to get a new layer here. Eyeshadow. I'm going to set that layer to multiply. And it's already automatically going to give me that shadow. I'm going to make it a little more opaque. I'm going to smudge this out just a tad. Let's see. Francis's Halloween costume is a Southern lady. I like that. Kind of like Gone with the Wind-ish. I like that. And then Jill is Shaggy. Yay! Okay, I'm going to go back to the brush. Back up to the opacity. This here changes the opacity of this, and I want it a little darker here up by his eye. Now you're not going to be able to see his eyelid per se, okay, but we know his eyelid is there. So we need to have that nice shadow in there. Drop that a little bit. Bring it down like this. And his eye is really, really white. But I'm going to show you how to do that here. Like I said, there's a lot of negative space in this with the black around him because, of course, he's underneath the sewer and it's raining and all that kind of stuff, and we'll get to that. All right. So now I'm going to go to his clown getup. And I guess that's a good name. Clown makeup. Okay. And I'm going to select a medium red. I like all the costumes. No, Dustin, I haven't seen that yet. It's on my wish list. Is it really, is it creepy? I mean, really creepy? Okay, I'll try to do that. Jill, I'll try to do that. Okay. I want to make sure that it is underneath the ink. I'm going to put up the opacity here a little bit. I know a lot of you have clown phobias and stuff, and I was kind of like, is this a little strong for Halloween because of the clown? And I'm like, well, yeah, he dresses up like a clown, but he's a shapeshifter spider. Sometimes. He's just there. He's just pure evil. So I was hoping it wouldn't scare too many people. That wasn't my intent. Now, since I've been really sick this last week, I could not do, I didn't finish the voiceovers for Rhodey. For those of you who are wondering who Rhodey is, if you attended my show last Halloween during one of my Lady Heather-o-ween events, Rhodey is a pet squirrel. Just joking, Carl and Judith. It is an aggravating squirrel that lives on the property with Carl and Judith. And this squirrel basically throws pine cones, bits and pieces at Carl and Judith, like when they go out to the mailbox and so forth. And, well, Rhodey, I guess, was starting to look pretty bad and all this. And I think it was, I don't know how it happened, but somebody suggested last year I should draw a zombie squirrel, and hence Rhodey went from real life onto my drawing pad. And you can still see the live stream up from last year. Rhodey was created. I created this awesome zombie squirrel. And anyway, well, what happened to Rhodey was, as the story goes, well, for my Lady Heather-o-ween event, Rhodey and his friends used to hang out at a diner, okay? And all of a sudden, they heard a meteor come in from the sky, and it hit the diner. Well, Rhodey got trapped in there, and from the meteor and stuff, it turned him into a zombie squirrel. Well, this year, which I think either Wednesday or possibly Saturday of this coming week, I will be able to do the the real high squeaky voice of Rhodey again, because it's really important to finish telling the story. But you're going to see what happens to Rhodey and his new life as a zombie squirrel. And so stay tuned for that. It'll be on my YouTube channel. I didn't want you to think that I forgot about Rhodey, but it is quite interesting and kind of hilarious too at the same time. But yeah. And I'm going to go ahead and draw in this thing. So for those of you wanting to know what happened, that is why Rhodey the squirrel just got a little... My voice just couldn't take it. Nope. But Carl, I want to give a shout out to Carl, who's also an artist. Thank you very, very much for helping me again with some of the drawings of well, you'll see. I can't give it away. But yeah, thank you for helping me that out. That is his squirrel and Judah's squirrel anyway, so. I'm going to get this in. Shrink this down a little bit. What's really going to be crucial here is to get the glistening drool and stuff on his lips and his ugly yellowing like teeth. Oh, I want to get back to that movie that Dustin said, The Terrifier. How scary is it? Oh, okay. He just laughs, huh? The movie's kind of cheesy. Okay. Something super scary. I'm going to say Insidious. Woman in Black scared me. The Insidious things are a premium movie. And if you like Ghost, Jill, I would definitely say Insidious. Matter of fact, Tom and I were talking about that the other night, that a super scary movie. We did try another one of the Paranormal Activity movies. It was a new one that's streaming on the Paramount channel. I can't remember what it was. It wasn't the marked ones. It was something else. Yeah, no. It just, I guess once you've seen the Paranormal Activity movies, you'll get it. All right, I'm going to go ahead and grab another layer because I just need that. And clown makeup. Clown makeup, let's see, shadows. He's looking really creepy. And I'm going to flip this to multiply. See, it's things like this that's kind of important if you're working on tablets to know. But there's so many different versions of how to do this. And I hit the multiply. I'm going to go ahead and find a blue. For multiply, you usually want to select since it's a shadow, kind of a cool color. And then for your overlays and stuff, you'd want to do your warmer colors. Flip that to blue. Hit the opacity on here. And you can pretty much see he's pretty much underneath the shadow here. Excuse me. And most of his face. Excuse me again. I'll be right back. Time for some more honey. All right. Thank God for honey. Let me tell you what. It's been a lifesaver. Okay. Darken a little bit of this. And let's get the shadows in on his nose. like so. And there's my ballerina again. I was thinking Leo is not a snorer. Only Bella and the bug, Lily bug. Hi, Marianne. At 2 Eastern Standard Time, yes. Is when it started. Welcome. Happy Halloween. For a $20 gift certificate. Up for grabs. Give me your virtual Halloween costumes. And I will pick one lucky winner to win a $20 gift certificate to my shop. Thank you for joining. I will also have the replay up after the show. I'm going to go ahead and smudge this out. All right. And I know what I didn't do. Yep. I didn't. But that's all right. I'll work on it. I'm just talking to myself, by the way. You're supposed to know what I'm talking about in my head. Yes, yes, yes. Let's go ahead and drop this. Let's rename this, and let's call this a shadow or a highlight. This is going to be our overlay. Ding, ding. There we go. Now look what that does. I mean, truly. That's why I like photo. That's why I like digital stuff. Not that you can't do some of this with colored pencils and markers. Now, what is it? Wait a minute. There we go. Get my Pennywise laughing here. And let's go ahead and go back a little bit. Go back to that. Get my blue. It's my multiply. Once again, this is fan art inspired from Stephen King's Pennywise. A nice tribute to the master of horror himself. Right now I'm just getting his teeth in. Those are important. I'm not going to go into gory details, but they do come in in use for Pennywise for some weird ways. For those of you who watch the movie, you know what I'm talking about. The darker or the harder you push, the darker it gets. You can also reduce the opacity. And you can hit the delete button too if you make an oopsie. See, it does come in handy. What's really important is these two big huge front teeth. And I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to go back to the ink in the sewer. I believe that's what a name for yeah, a layer, but hey, it works. It works. And I'm going to go back here after I erase those. I'm going to go back to the clown makeup where I'm on my multiply. And I'm going to go ahead and start, if I didn't have an eraser. Getting in some of his facial. Come on, work with me here. I am looking at a reference picture, by the way, of this. If you have any questions too, by the way, don't hesitate to ask. Once again, for those of you who came in a little late, thank you for joining me on my birthday, and happy Halloween. Excellent. And Marianne, I've been sick with bronchitis. I know one of your suggestions. Marianne is one of my members on Patreon. So I have a bunch of my Patreon members here with me today. Thank you. Let's see. Yeah, you're absolutely right, AMS. That's the delete button and erase come in handy. Marianne, you asked for a haunted shipwreck or haunted seas. That is coming. My bronchitis went basically on steroids and crazy and everything, kicked up my MS in a full gear. And so that is coming. It's going to be coming, I believe, sometime in the first part of November on Patreon for you. And before I forget, tomorrow is Day of the Dead. Is that not correct?
Negative.
November 2nd.
Correct.
Got it. All Saints Day is tomorrow, correct? All Souls Day. All Saints Day. Thomas? All Saints.
November 1st
Yeah.
is All Saints.
All Saints.
And
Then
All Souls is the second.
All Souls, Day of the Dead.
Yep.
That is when, tune in, I'm going to have a special tutorial, another fan-based art done digitally, inspired from one of, I'm not going to say which movie, but one of Disney's animated movies. So stay tuned for that. Let's see. And I want to smudge this out a little bit. My brain. All right. And I'm just getting some of these shadows and stuff in. You know what? I'm going to backtrack that. Yep, I'm going to backtrack that one out. I want to do something a little different and put that on a different layer. All right. See how easy it is? Done, done, gone, fixed. What makes this one a little more special is because of the effect that I'm going to be bringing in with the how dark everything is going to be, because half of his face is kind of missing here, or will be by the time it's done. Yes, yes. Okay, I better stop that. I'll be doing that again on my sleep. Oh, I'm in the camera. Sorry about that. All right. Okay, that's getting really, really creepy. I like it. Okay, let's go ahead and lay in some of this. See, he's got some. So I don't want that. Yes, I'm back to talking to myself again. Okay. Did I miss anyone else's costume? Thank you, AMS. Oh, they'll be glowing here more and more. Thank you. Let me get some more of this green. It's got some more of this. Whoa. Turn that down a little bit. You see, when you have that whoa, hit the delete button. Something you definitely cannot do with, yeah, no. So let's talk more about Halloween. Been seeing a lot of polls, and I on social media, on Instagram and all that, talking about Halloween candy. And what is winning is, I mean, everyone's been doing these charts and stuff, and, you know, what it was basically narrowed down to, the two best Halloween candies. You are never going to believe this. I'm with one of them. Okay, because, and that would be Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. The other one that's tied with Reese's Peanut Butter Cup is the sour gummy worms. I just don't get it at all. The little sour bite gummy worms. Yeah, it was shocking. But growing up, they had the most awesome Reese's peanut butter cup commercial. And that was, how many of you remember what I'm talking about here? That is when the two little vampire fangs hit into the Reese's peanut butter cup, and all you saw was a shadow and that. That was priceless. Why they changed it, I don't know. Awesome, I like that. But no, seriously, I mean, everyone is like, and everyone's probably looking at me why I'm throwing green into this. Okay, but what I want to do here, I'm going to go ahead and let me see. Hang on a second. I got to flip this off. Hold on a second. I got a surprise to show you, and I don't want you to see. Hang on. Yeah, now I can't get to it. Hold on a minute. I'm going to go ahead and add here, add here, add a photo. Okay. I added one of these photos that Tom takes a lot of photos and stuff, and we had rain a while back that he went out and did some photographs for me. And let's see, and I'm going to take this. I don't know if it's going to work for me. See, it does this every single time. Add, insert, there we go. All right, I'm going to turn this. Yeah, it does this every single time. Do, 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 do. Now rats. This gets a little more complicated, okay? I think it's because it's turning sideways. But I've taken one of Tom's photos. Come on. I'm going to expand this. Don't need that. Come on. Turn for me. Come on. One more time. But you can take your photo. I'll do it the easy way. Forget the pen. And you can actually add parts into it like so. So now we have the water going into the sewer. And you can lighten it or do whatever your little heart desires. And for right now, we'll put it back. And now, so what we have, now I'm going to turn it this way. Is we have Pennywise with the water and stuff coming down. So now it's starting to take on a whole totally different dimension here. I'm going to go back up to that ink and soar, get out my eraser, and I'm going to erase the hard line that I had underneath there. Now I'm going to add more stuff, the rain and stuff to this, but as of right now, and I hit my camera again. There we go. You can go ahead and see that rain and stuff there, that soar that's going on in. So, you know, as Pennywise is sitting there in the beginning, he's sitting there talking to little Georgie in the movie, and that's actually what's happening. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start creeping you out even more because I can. Just kidding. I'm creating art. Just kidding. Oh, it is Halloween. Lady Heather has to have her fun. All right. And go ahead. Okay. And it really depends where I want to go ahead and drop this. I'm debating here. Let me go ahead and grab it, push down on it, and drop him underneath that sore. Literally. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and change this here. So what is everyone saying about the candy? Snickers is good, yeah. Licorice ice cream, that sounds interesting. I'm not a huge lover of licorice, but it sounds interesting. Okay. I'm just sitting here debating on which brush I'm going to use because this is really a crucial step. Yeah, I'm not too sure on that one either. All right. See, that's another cool thing here too. You can test out the brush in this area, and you can see I'm going to have to, in order to have it really smooth, I'm going to have to, really dark, I'm going to have to really apply some serious pressure here. Let's try this again. There we go. Whoop. Too big. That is Bella, snoring as usual. Oh, she's quiet up there. She's back. All right, now it's going to get really, really fun. This is very... Ballerina. Yes, I'm getting nervous here. Not really, but this is different. Mercy, Bella. Oh, boy. I'm looking at my reference photo here, and I'm going to go ahead and grab another layer here. Big surprise, right? Oh, it's layer number 13. Woohoo! Now, if only it was Friday the 13th. Let's see. Top, black shadow. Okay. Babe Ruth, Heath bars. Mine is, I haven't even given you my Halloween candy. I like Reese's peanut butter cups, but the Crackle. The little itty bitty miniatures of the Crackle or Crunch-A-Bunch. And let me see. Okay, which... And you rarely see those. Okay. Let's see. What layer am I on? Let's go back to layer 13, which I just seen. I just called it something else. Top black shadow. Oh. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I'm debating again, because this is the real crucial part. It's getting very crucial here. Okay. So what do I want to do? What do I want to do? I could do a couple different things, and I've been debating this all day as to which way I was going to go with this. Well, we can always try one way, and if it doesn't work, we can hit the delete button and try again. Let's see. So, here we go. Yep. I have it on multiply. I'm going to go ahead and do this. Go ahead and blow this up a little bit. Okay, that's not going to do what I need it to do. Cool effect, but that's not it. So let's go back. I'm going to save that for last. That answered that question. So let's go back to the dark sewer. And I'm going to run some more black with this. And I'm going to come down here. And his face is almost gone. And the closer I get, I don't know why I'm getting quieter. The closer I get, I'm deep in concentration here. To his collar here. I'm going to fan that out. That's how it's going to be. I know I guys got to crack you up. I talk to myself. Yep. We definitely don't need a smudge. And I'm still smudging. And okay, let's go over here. Yes, half of his face is going to be gone here.
But that's okay. That's what it's supposed to be.
How many of you, seriously, when you're coloring, I know you hear me sitting here talking to myself and making these little voices and stuff. How many of you do crazy stuff like this, or is it just my sick, twisted brain? Be honest. If it's going really good, I kind of get in this weird little mode. Or I should say if I'm getting really into it. Okay. And I may have not gone down far enough. Let's see. And do that. So now what we have is we have the sewer. We're going to have to add some rain. That sounds interesting. You'd be, when I'm actually like doing acrylic painting and stuff, I will literally go through all my music and find like one song. Normally it's here lately it's been Lady Gaga. No, I can't even think of the name of the song. Edge of Glory. And I will find that, or I know here's another one, Miley Cyrus, The Climb. Enrique has a couple of good songs, Enrique Iglesias. Creed, Rain, whatever song that, and I may go through, sometimes it could even be Jerry Lewis, okay? Cher, Madonna, Phil Collins, yeah, I'm kind of that 80s girl, okay? I can go ahead and find just one song, and if it sits there and goes, ooh, sparks like that, I will literally play that nonstop, where it's just like the background music in my head going, oh, okay, you know. So no, I get it. I totally get that. Let me go back here to that multiply. And it's almost like just noise in the background, and you start kind of just going with it. I'm going to go ahead and I'm just laying down this shadow here. It's starting to look really, really, really creepy. I'm loving it so. Let's see, are there any more? Yeah, I bet you do. You talk to yourself all the time. Yep, you are so like me, Davissa. Davissa is one of my colorists on my coloring team. She has a channel. I have this written down. It's in the dark. Please visit her on YouTube, DJ's Colorful Escape. For those of you who have any of my coloring books, like the Tombstone Darlings, check it out. You can get it in my store as a PDF. Instant download, or you can buy the hard copy on Amazon. Davissa did the coloring for that. She swears to me to this day that it is colored pencils. The sunset there is so solid. I still say it's markers, but we argue about that all the time. She says it's marker or colored pencils. I don't know, but anyway, Davissa is one serious chick that can blend some colored pencils. So give her a shout out on her channel. And thank you to Davissa for doing an amazing job on that coloring book cover. Now, talking about coloring books. The Midnight Carnival will be released, knock on wood. I've tried to get out by Halloween. It will be released hopefully by November 7th. This is my long-awaited coloring book. Been like a year in the making. The Midnight Carnival. I know a lot of you are waiting to get your hands on that. And I think you'll love, well, I hope you love every piece in there. This a little more graduate here, and it's not. There we go. Now his eyes are a little too hard for me right now. So what I want to do is soften them up. And I'm still on the multiply. Oop, a little too soft on there. There we go. How many of you who did watch it, the movie and the original one with Tim Curry, how many of you thought that Tim Curry was scarier than Bill Skarsgård in the remake? I'm going to haze around here. Ooh, a little too much hazing there. I know, there was that ooh again. You know what that meant. I have to say, Dustin, I am now thinking about Terrifier the Clown, so I'm going to have to check that out. And I'm really not a big clown lover, but you piqued my curiosity on that one. Okay. All right, now I'm going to add in a lighter, drop down some of this blue. Hi, Laura, welcome back. Thank you. Go up a little lighter, a little more grayer, I think. Now, there's nothing wrong with using a reference in something like this. This is fan art. I will not be selling this. This is my tribute to Stephen King. And I've been dying to draw Pennywise for a while now. So it better time. I did change the blue a little bit here. Going to open up that brush. And I'm really not sure if I like that blue yet. I'm going to go a little lighter. And right now, it's all just about homing in on the details here. This is... Whoa, one of my spiders just took flight. Hold on a minute. I can't have one of the puppies. One of my spider earrings. Yay. Did you see that? That was so totally cool. I kid you not. Oh, God. I don't want to start coughing. My flying spider. Jeez. Oh, if it's going to happen on live TV, it will. Well, that just flew out of my ear. Yay! What can I say? That was priceless. Okay. Let's go ahead and shrink this down and look at this. Yeah. So now we need to start. That was really good. Yeah, that was priceless. That would never happen again. Okay. Still not that. No, I'm going to add another layer. Why not? If you're undecided, add another layer. And how are we doing on time? We're doing all right. We're approaching the 2-hour mark. All right. And I'm going for a textured brush right now. I need some texture in on his skin. So, now there's a couple other ways you could do this. You could, I've taken, I take a lot of pictures at the zoo. So, in my references, you could take, some rhino skin and cut it out, thin it down, and paste it on here for his face. You can use brushes. Use it really opaque. I know that sounds really weird. I'll show you more in my Patreon and stuff how to do stuff like that in the next couple months. But yeah. Get back to this before we lose what I'm doing here. Trying to get the right color. Yeah, but I'm looking for a particular brush of skin. Let's see what I got. Well, I don't want glitter. I know I'm sampling it out. I'm demoing it here on my... Ooh, we don't want that. Nope, we don't want that. That would be a giant negative. I don't want hair. The cracked rocks may be what I need. I like, but it's so big. I'm not going to be able to change that. Okay, so, and I am on the smallest brush possible, but I really dig that. If there was a way I could shrink that down, and I can't. Let's go back up here to some of my other ones. I really don't want him speckled either. It's not bad. So, with that being said, let's try it out. Let me blow this up so I can see what I'm doing here. And I'm giving Pennywise some texture to his skin. Playing with the brush size. All right. That got me a little texture, which I really, really like. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, now what layer are we talking about? I'm going to go back to his clothes here. I'm going to go back to a brush. And I'm underneath. Okay. And because my water is underneath there, I'm not liking that. The water is on top, that layer we don't have to worry about. Oh, hi, Bug. Lilybug just joined the party. All of a sudden I saw this little furry thing out there. Where's my feet? And I'm just getting my shadows in. Nothing more. I'm just hearing Pennywise's voice in the background here. That laugh. Okay, let's take a look at what we've done so far. Oh, yeah. Okay. I want to get back to his rotting teeth. And now I'm not going to make them too gross, okay? I'm not into that right now. That didn't come out right. I really don't want any blood and guts or anything else like this on here. We all know what Pennywise does, so, well, for those of you who watch the movie. Hi, Janet. Welcome. Is this the Janet? Is this the Janet that Jill had told me about that's afraid of clowns? Thank you, Janet. Correct me if I'm wrong. I may be wrong, way off. What'd I do? I just got something here. All right. And let's get some more of this gray. I'm going to go ahead and grab another for his teeth here. Because his teeth are kind of... All right. I'm going to set that on multiply. Thank you for joining. For those of you who still haven't given me your Halloween virtual or your costume up for grabs as a $20 gift certificate, I will award someone by the end of the show. Whoever had the best costume or most creative, go ahead and give me your virtual costumes. Make sure I've seen them. If I hadn't called them out earlier, run them past me again. And happy Halloween. Hi, Chris. Welcome. I'm going to fine tune these teeth. Because the teeth really are crucial here. A little darker. You want that shadow really there from that upper lip. Sorry if I'm getting a little quiet here. All right. Let's go ahead and take another look at this far back. I'm just playing with the shadows. Hang on that. Like so. Go back up here into his eyes. I'm going to go back up here and change to better make sure what brush I have on. There we go. Just adding some of that color. Let's blend it out. Just doing some fine tuning. All right, now we really need to make these pop. And for some reason, why is it really hard for you to see? Turned on the light. For some reason, the lighting kind of went off. Well, thank you, Renee. Happy Halloween. And if you are one of the winners, or if you won the Halloween contest, I'll be in touch with you. Check back. There we go. Turned on the light. Maybe that would give you a better thing. Thank you for coming. And this little guy is close to being done. I want to start working in on these eyes. So, what I want to do is we have to start adding in the highlights here. And I'm going to go to one of my favorite brushes. It's on white. I want this shocking white. Too big. I didn't do it. All right. Go back here to the light brush. And I'm going to get another layer. I'm going to move this layer up, all the way up on top. Oh yeah, I'm inking the sword. We're just going to move this all the way up to the top. Easiest thing to do. And now I'm going to go to overlay and rerun. And we're making that white really, really, really stand out. So his eyes are even more and more creepier as we go. I'm really not, I need his lips a little darker. So I'm going to go back down here, down to the dark shadow. Down to the dark shadow we go. Oop, don't want on that luminescent pen. Just adding some shadows, getting his lips in. Each shadow, each highlight, each layer gets it more and more realistic and adds more and more depth to your piece. Don't ever, ever, ever be afraid of your shadows. Or your super, super light spots, your highlights. All right. I mean, you have to be careful because sometimes, like with anything, you can really, overkill it, but don't be afraid to experiment. This is really getting creepy. Oh, I love it. I love it, love it, love it. If it's starting to creep me out, it's pretty creepy. Creepy is good. Yeah, creepy is good. I'll give you that. Creepy is good. On some things. I'm going to do the bad thing here and go to my ink layer here. Let's back this out a little bit. Oh, yeah. I'm really starting to feel him here. Creepy. Creepy, creepy. We are getting so close to being done, and it's just, I'm just fine-tuning. Now, for those of you who are not my Patreon members, I encourage you to visit me on Patreon. Link is down in the description below. Each month, each tier, you get exclusives that will never be found in a coloring book or anything like that. Real-time tutorials. They go into a lot more in-depth than sitting here and saying, okay, I'm just adding highlights. I explain why and all that kind of good stuff. All right, now let's go back up to, let me find out what layer I'm at. Go back up here to layer 15. Going back to my luminance. Like so. Excuse me. I keep hearing, Georgie? I mean, Pennywise. Pennywise? Georgie. And it's just like, just adding some highlights. All right, and I want to, don't want to brighten up his tooth too much. because he's really got mangy teeth. Kind of want him kind of that grayish and leave him like that. Sorry, Pennywise, I have to be honest. You have mangy teeth. Oh, yeah. Now, I have a bad habit like what you're seeing right now when it gets close to being done like this. I forget about my layers. I really, really hope you've enjoyed this and all of the Lady Heather-o-ween events this year. Curious to see what your favorite one is. I was digging the Hocus Pocus one, but I have to say that Pennywise, I think, has taken over. Yes, I've been sick. Bronchitis I thought I had ended, and it came back with a vengeance, and with the MS, everything got stirred up. So the Midnight Carnival book kind of got pushed off a little bit, and by November 7th, the Midnight Carnival book will be out. Creepy. Well, thank you. Thank you. I hope so too. This has been like 2 weeks, and it like I said, it was getting better, and all of a sudden it went really, really bonkers. And all I'm doing is adding, since he's that clown, he's got this collar, and I'm just in my airbrush mode. And this is what's fun about airbrushing. And I've done airbrushing in college and that, and for a couple murals and stuff. After that, the brush in Procreate, I think that's why I favor it so much, is so realistic. I mean, I feel like I'm actually sitting here airbrushing, and that's what I really love. And hey, this way, you don't need a compressor. You just kind of... Alright, I'm going to put in, get a little light blue here. Creepy! Yeah. I've really had a blast with you guys this year again. Thank you so much. And keep enjoying my channel. I will be doing more live shows throughout the holiday season. For those of you who are on my Patreon, I've had the voting up for the next decorations here for my studio, which that unveiling will be happening here real soon when this gets to be taken down. And then Lady Heather goes back in the shadows for at least for until Krampus Day, and then she's back in the shadows until Halloween again, maybe. Ooh, that took a funny turn. Oh, yeah. Alright, let's go back up to this eye. Well, that wasn't what I wanted to do. Put it in white. Go back up here. And a little bit of glistening in there on his eye. Will work with me. There we go. Go back in here. We're almost done. Whoops. Oops. Definitely don't want that. I need my airbrush pen. Was a little too crisp there on that edge, and I didn't like that. All right, and I need to switch this to white. Shocking white. Okay, come on. rename it. You know, I am thinking of all of the, thank you so much. Yeah, Halloween or Christmas is just going to be just like Halloween. I've had a lot of you ask, please do Christmas and everything like we did Halloween, as energetic and all this kind of stuff. Yes, 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 that'll happen. So you don't have to worry about any clowns or anything like that for Halloween, but, or for Christmas. But there is Krampus, and he's not a clown. He's just a evil creature. Okay, so what I want to do here is, I lost my train of thought. Top highlight, that may help. All right. Now what I want to do is go back to this inserted image. I'm going to go ahead and add a layer right above that. I need to soften that water. I'm going to hit multiply. I'm going to go back to my disk. You can change it to like the grid or the disk, and I really, really like working with the disk. Unless you're trying to find the real white on this, then the classic view is a lot better. And let me go back to this for a minute. I want to see something. I'm going to see if I can darken that color. Oh, that didn't do anything. That's kind of creepy. I'm softening that line. And I'm adding in some more of my own little shadows here. Like so. All right. No. I'm going to come in with one more layer. I'm deciding who's going to win the costume. And it is so, so hard to decide. They were all so good. I mean, we had Creepy from Renee with the Pet Cemetery Pet. Let's see. And there was Elvira and Sally and let's see. Then the Southern Lady. And there was a match. Let's see. I'm going back through. Oh, decisions, because all you guys should win. Let's see. I'm going back through. You know what? I think I'm going to go with Jill, her as Shaggy. I am a huge Scooby-Doo lover. And I'm going to go with Shaggy. There's just something that stuck out about that. Yeah. So, and her Chihuahua is Scooby. So Jill, go ahead and message me, or I'll message you, and you want a $20 gift certificate. As far as everyone else, listen carefully, who is in the live stream right now, and this is only for during the live stream right now, and I can see too. I can see all the chat people. Thank you so much for coming, by the way. Message me, email me at color, COLOUR, love, LOVE, the number 2 at outlook.com. Tell me that you viewed this show today. You have until midnight tonight, okay, Eastern Standard Time, to message me, send me an email, and I will send you a free Halloween coloring sheet of mine. So that way everyone wins. But if you don't do it, I'm not going to track all you guys down, okay? You have to message me and you will win an illustration of mine for you guys to color. So there's that. So let me go ahead and add the blue. Add a little brighter blue. I'm going to make this an overlay. And thank you for playing my virtual Halloween contest. Easiest way to dress up, right? And I'm just adding a real quick blue. Yeah. But remember, only if you're in this live stream, and then send me an email, and I'll get back with you within 24 hours, okay? And, Lulu, that's your Chihuahua's name? How cool. Yeah, you won a $20 gift certificate to my store. So thank you, everyone, for playing. Y'all had amazing costumes, by the way. All right, let's shrink this down. Oh, he looks so good. Okay. Let's Still one thing that's kind of bothering me here. I'm going to get another layer. I'm going to go all the way up to the top. Come on. You just hold your finger down and drop it and drag it all the way up to the top. There we go. This is top skin. I know another better top skin. And then we're going to add the rain. And then that's it. Yeah. Still not liking. His face needs more texture. Oh. Oh, I like. Let's see if it's going to do what I want it to do. Whoa, that's a big brush. Oh, yeah. Check that out. Ooh, sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Ooh. Too light, too light, too light. We need to multiply it. Darken it, darken it, darken it. Multiply. Oh, yeah. Yeah. All right. Let's get ready for some rain. You know what? I'm going to keep that brush. And I'm going to add a little bit of that in here. On the sore. I'm going to blend that out a little bit. Just smudgy, smudgy. Oh, yeah. I love this. Okay. So let's go ahead and get rain. And then we are done. We are done. We will be. Okay. And let's look. Now we have water. We have hard rain. I don't really know if I want hard rain on here. Oh, that was a serious brush. Did you guys see that? That was a serious brush. I don't want that. Back up, back up. No, that ain't the brush for me. All right. Well, maybe if we shrink it down a little bit. No. No, 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 no. I'm just seeing. No, that looks like he's dusted in cobwebs or something. And Pennywise is not in cobwebs. He's too active this time of year. All right. Well, let's see what else we got. You know what? Technically, I think I'm going to go with some freckles, you know? Oh, man. We had zombie skin. Okay, I have to hit this. Just 1 second. Oh, wow. That looks like reptile skin. Cool. Okay. Having too much fun here. Hold on. You know what? I wonder if stubble would work for rain. Well, that at least looks better than, you know, too much, though. It looked better than the other rain. Nope. That ain't it. You know what? What I may do is not throw in rain at all. That's the way this is looking. I know you guys are probably cracking up that I just sit here and talk to myself like this. I'm not literally not seeing anything. I don't know why I'm not seeing anything. Oh, you know why? I know. I'm on multiply. I wonder why it wasn't showing up. You know, guys, I'm beginning to think no rain. Oh yeah, that looks like Fruit Loops. See how much fun this is? You get to trial and error. Much rather sit here and try to find rain. You know what? I think I'm just going to do it the good old-fashioned way. I know on my Wacom tablet on Procreate I have the perfect brush for rain, and I'm not having it here. Oh, free rain. Free rain. Hi, Bella. Oh, that's a little... That could work, though. I don't know. It's too pat. Which is alright. Hold on a minute. I may have this down. Hang on. Yes, 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 yes. And you know what? Whoa. We are done. And there is Pennywise. So, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Well, thank you, Jill, for joining me today, celebrating my birthday with me, celebrating Halloween with me. It's been a blast, this whole Lady Heather-o-ween celebration. And you guys are awesome. And without you, I couldn't do what I do. You're my fans, and I love y'all. So, until next time, don't forget on November 2nd, I will have a tutorial up. Another fan favorite, or a fan art of a Day of the Dead image, inspired from one of Disney's Day of the Dead movies. You'll find out on Tuesday here on YouTube. Also, remember, join me on Patreon if you're not a Patreon member. Tomorrow starts a new month. And this has been so much fun. So, thank you for all all coloring down here with me today. This image, let me say, is purely a tribute to Stephen King and Pennywise, and it's fan art. It will not be for sale or anything like that. this is just what it is, a tutorial and some artwork. And anyway, thank you so very, very much. Hope you all have a great day. And until next time, bye for now.